Welcome, dear friends, to our time of devotional reflection for Sunday, May the 28th, 2023. I'm Brian J. Munro, pastor of Kitimat First Baptist Church in beautiful Kitimat, British Columbia. This year we are following John MacArthur's devotional book entitled Drawing Near, Daily Readings for a Deeper Faith. Today's entry is entitled Jesus Purposely Selects a Traitor, in brackets, Judas Iscariot. And Matthew chapter 10, verse 4 tells us that the 12 apostles included Judas Iscariot, the one who betrayed him. Our main thought for today is that God works all things together for his purposes. Pastor MacArthur writes, at one time, the little town of ISCARIOT was a relatively obscure Judean town. But all that changed when it produced the most hated man who ever lived, Judas Iscariot. The first mention of Judas is here in Matthew's list of disciples. We have no record of his call, but we know Jesus did call him along with the others and even gave him authority to minister in miraculous ways. That's recorded in Matthew chapter 10, verse 1. His first name, Judas, is despised today, but it was a common name in the days of Christ. It is the Greek form of Judah, the land of God's people. Iscariot literally means a man from the town of ISCARIOT. People commonly ask why Jesus would select such a man to be his disciple. Didn't he know how things would turn out? Yes, he did, and that's precisely why he chose him. The Old Testament said the Messiah would be betrayed by a familiar friend for 30 pieces of silver. And Jesus knew Judas was that man. That's recorded in John chapter 17, verse 12. Some people feel sorry for Judas, thinking he was simply misguided or used as some kind of pawn in a supernatural drama over which he had no control. But Judas did what he did by choice. Repeatedly, Jesus gave him chances to repent, but he refused. Finally, Satan used him in a diabolical attempt to destroy Jesus and to thwart God's plan of salvation. The devil's attempt failed, however, because God can use even a Judas to accomplish his purposes. Undoubtedly, there are people in your life who wish you harm. Don't be discouraged. They are as much a part of God's plan for you as those who treat you kindly. You must reach out to them just as Jesus reached out to Judas. God knows what he's doing. Trust him and rejoice as you see his purposes accomplished, even through your enemies. As always, friends, I thank you for spending just a few moments with me listening to John MacArthur's devotional reflections, and I pray that you get as much out of them as I do. I've recorded his suggestions for prayer and also for further study in the description portion of this video so that you can follow up on that. And I really urge you, really strongly recommend that you follow his suggestions for prayer and for further study. It will deepen your understanding of this passage and your understanding of Christ as his disciple. Until we can be together again tomorrow to hear another devotional reflection, I bid you go in the peace of the Lord.